We made it to week 3. My name is Chris. I'm a firefighter striving to become debt-free. Thank you guys so much for the comments and conversations we've had over the last 2 weeks. It's been interesting just to see a few of the males coming in and saying, hey, this is nice. There's nothing for guys. All the debt payoff plans are mostly female. So it's nice to have a guy in the space. There's actually ladies coming in and also saying, hey, it's awesome just seeing guys in there. Thanks so much for the support on that. And my goal is just to be pretty simple, to be gritty and to keep plugging in. What I want to do is maybe once a month, start doing a challenge coin show off or a fire department shield or a fire department logo show off of some sort. So if any of you out there would like to shoot me a message and you want to send a challenge coin out my way, I'd love to show it off. This one's actually from the Center for Domestic Preparedness in Anniston, Alabama. The back just kind of talks about what they do, but the front's pretty cool. This is a facility in the U.S. that is for first responders, healthcare workers, and emergency managers. They host classes on various things. I've gone there a couple times and done some hazardous materials things, and then actually been in one of their labs to do some testing of hazardous materials. So picked up this challenge coin in one of my visits down there. They have a facility called the Cobra facility, so hence the snake. So there's our challenge coin shout out for today. January, let's talk about a budget. This works for me. All right, let's talk. There's my budget. All right, let's take that away for a second, because here's how my budget works. I am trying to, at the start of every month, sit down and plan my budget and review my budget on the same day. I'm not going to do that necessarily on video, and I'm not going to do a lot of math on video because I'm horrible with math. But what I want to do is look at the income potential I know I'll have, which I talked about last week, and then look at the budget based on that income. And then at the end of the month, we'll kind of merge all of them together and work through the good, the bad, the ugly, things I spend my money on, some things that might be specific more to the fire department, but hopefully they'll help you with your life and your jobs. Working through a tips and tricks and mistakes video. I'm working through at the end of January, my plan is to, I jot down every week my top 3 wins financially, or just with my life. And I'm going to share that at the end of January as well. All right, budget. Here we go. My wife is awesome as far as a budget and as far as not spending money. So she, at this moment, does not work outside of our home, but she does an amazing job keeping our children alive and well and running them everywhere. She's a taxi service, she's a doctor, she's a professional cleaner, she is a dance mom, she runs the kids to horse riding lessons. I mean, so she's doing a bunch. And a lot of those things actually save us a ton of money as well. Groceries. We're rolling out of December, and there's still a lot of food in our fridge and freezer from the holidays. So we're looking at $450 a month. That number will definitely go up because I like to eat, okay? And I bring a lot of meals with me to both of my jobs. Instead of swinging by the grocery store at work, buying one-off things, or swinging through, Subway, I try to bring a lot of food with me. But in January, I think we can make it with about $450 worth of food. Toiletries, I budget those separately just because I want to track them. I want to know, hey, we need this, and honestly, this number will change each month based on, I have conversations with my wife and daughters and say, hey, do you guys have any big needs coming up, shampoo, etc. So January, once again, we're rolling off of Christmas, so like there's no makeup needed, there's no shampoo needed. We're just kind of Toilet paper, like 25 bucks. Keeping that simple. Pets, we have a dog. We've got 2 cats. And for the most part, this month between cat food, dog food, and cat litter should be $40. Hopefully. Chickens. This one, I set a number, and I actually think I may need to change this number because of the winter months. They free range more in the summer and eat less as far as our food, but I didn't think through this number necessarily. We've got some chickens and some pet turkeys, and yeah, I know, 40 bucks on that. Medical, I don't have any expenses coming up. I have an FSA, so I don't need to budget anything as far as medical. No doctor's appointments, no co-pays to hit. And then family fun. This month, we're trying to set aside like 20 a week-ish. Trying to do something fun with the family, because even in this debt freedom journey, I don't want this to be something where my kids look back on and say, man, we didn't have fun for 5 years. Now, I don't have to spend thousands of dollars every month, but we can have fun. 80 bucks, right? We're going out to eat as a family to a quirky diner in our area and just having a good time hanging out there. It's taken care of, it's covered. I oversee kids' church, the church I attend, and I like to fund those kids up with candy and some prizes. So I just put money towards that. I don't really worry too much about trying to get reimbursed from the church. It's just way easier just to budget it myself. Last video, I talked about some of my January financial goals, and those need to include replacing riding helmets for my wife and daughters. The riding helmets are insane. You can buy a helmet for $40. You can buy one helmet for $800. They're not doing anything fancy. They're not showing, they're not doing dressage, they're just riding. So we're just going for just like, hey, here's what you need for this year, and then we can upgrade as we need to. Fuel for me, I budget that separately than my wife, because I have a kind of a long commute to work, but I have a vehicle that gets about 42 miles to the gallon. So I'm thinking in the month of January, 280 will actually get me where I need to go, which that's not bad, guys. Home maintenance. I have a huge, massive list I will share on here in the coming days as far as my home maintenance needs. But one of the big struggles I had in 2025, one of the reasons I kept going back to that credit card, is I had all of these things pop up with home maintenance, and I'm trying to be more diligent as far as popping money into a separate bank account that I can just pull out and have money for home maintenance. I don't have anything planned for January, but I do want to put some money in there just so it's on my budget. So next month when I review, I can categorize and pop that back up. So 25 bucks. Mortgage, $1,121. That's awesome. Where I live, I tell you what, guys, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, have a couple acres of land. We got in at a really good time. My electric bill runs about $200. The cool thing with my electric company is they do a projection. So I can look and I can say, hey, based on last year and based on the projection, $200 should suffice. My loan for my personal loan, personal loans, we'll do loan 1, $318. I may have said $313 in an earlier video. It's $318. Forgive me for the $5 difference. And then Verizon Wireless. I've had a Verizon phone for like 23 years, something crazy like that. I think it's 23 years. And 2 cell phones, $200 for this month. Internet. Where I live, you can't get internet through the ground. It has to come through the sky. So I've got satellite internet. It's $104 a month. Works for what we need. And the van payment is $303. Car insurance. For the car, not bad. 3 vehicles, $201 a month. So I'm happy with that. Life insurance, guys, you need life insurance. I'm not selling you life insurance. I don't care who you get life insurance with. Just have life insurance. If you have kids, if you are going to die someday, get life insurance. I've got kind of a mixed policy. My wife and I, $180 a month. And then my credit card, $303 a month for that guy. Horrible. Need to get rid of that. I have a few things that are just like super important to me, and I will keep them kind of going, like family fun and riding helmets need to get done this month. There's another thing I would like to do, and I know this sounds kind of crazy, but I found a swim instructor to teach me how to swim. I know how to swim, but I actually work in the fire department. I'm on the swiftwater rescue team, and I have a guy in the area who works with the Virginia and Maryland and Delaware and like Pennsylvania, like some of the police departments in my area, and does like tactical water stuff, search and rescue. And I want to meet with him and just get some tips on how to swim even better. I'm a decent swimmer. I won't drown. I can get you out of the water, but I want to get even better. It's part of my job improvement that I talked about as far as my overall goals are concerned. So last video, here are my goals for January. Well, this is also kind of a big deal for me. So swim lessons, $212, not bad. My youngest takes ballet. It's $51 a month. My oldest will have nothing to do with ballet. So I'm fortunate at the moment. My youngest loves it, but it's 1 day a week. It's 51 bucks. We're good. I'm sure as she gets older and continues to love it, that cost will go up. Meals at work. Here's how that one works for me. This is fun. I bring, when I'm in the firehouse, I bring breakfast and I bring lunch. We have family dinners on shift. Almost every station in America, almost every station in the world has family meals. Some fire stations, the guys do 3 meals a day. That's a lot of money, in all honesty. My fire department, the norm, except for the weekend, is dinner. So if the weekend rolls around, we'll typically do breakfast and dinner. I can budget this number fairly well because it's $10 for every dinner and $5 for breakfast. My fire station, we feed 11 or 12 people, depending, sometimes 13. $10 a person. In January, I already counted the shifts I'm there. I already know when I'm there on the weekends. I know when I have to pay $10. I know when I have to pay $15. Meals at work, I'm looking at $100. $100. And that is a firehouse meal. So that's like a full-blown dinner. Where else can you get a full-blown meal for $10? Last night we had burgers, hot dogs, broccoli, French fries, and dessert. We have a milkshake machine in our station. One of the guys bought for Christmas. So we normally don't eat that unhealthy, but hey, it was a good time. So $100 for meals at work. Subscriptions. This is one I need to drill down with. This one got away from me last year in 2025. I ended up categorizing subscriptions a little bit differently. So I'm starting with $25 for subscriptions. I'm pretty sure I won't hit that. I'm sure it'll be higher, but I can refine that as we go. So this is a working budget, guys. I've had budgets in the past. I had one last year and it completely got torn apart. So I'm going a lot simpler with my budget. And then my e-fund, right? I'm looking at actually $40 if I can get it. And as I mentioned in the last video, I don't have an emergency fund, so now I do. $40. It's more than I had. Taxes, my property taxes. Oh man, the government, my local government, makes me pay for permission to own my vehicles. So I need to pay $400, a little under $400 for property taxes. And then tires for the Jeep. I'm trying to buy some used tires for the Jeep. They don't have to be fancy. It's a Jeep Patriot, not an off-road Jeep. It's a backup vehicle for the road, and we only put maybe 100 miles a month on it at this particular point in time. So I am honestly just trying to get something for maybe $250, right? All 4 tires mounted, $250. Water heater, paying that guy off $61 a month on that. I owe $598 on the water heater. And then I am investing a little bit in my CPR business. I need to buy a new mannequin for class, and that's $250. So that comes out of my budget because I don't really have a separate budget yet for my business. I just started the CPR business. I have some supplies, but I need to buy a new mannequin, so $250. And then for my wife's cell phone, I want to pay it off. I want it to be gone. So $177.76. And last thing, fuel for my wife. She actually can manage pretty much on $60 a month. She's not going long distances, she's just going many places. So she's bringing the kids to ballet, as I mentioned earlier. She's bringing the kids to horseback riding lessons. She's bringing the kids to church. They're meeting up with friends and cousins and whatever they're doing. There's my budget. There's some things we've got rolling on. If you would like and subscribe and share this, I'd really appreciate it. I am, once again, just kind of trying to be one of the males in a space dominated by females and promote the fact that guys can do this too. It's not just for the ladies. Guys can take a journey towards debt freedom. Have a great one, guys.